Hey there, Aloha, Bo here with Waves and Websites, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my recent experience going through an Amazon Associates audit. Basically, I was in the Amazon penalty box for about a week. It was a pretty scary time for me, Amazon being the primary source of my affiliate income for my niche websites. So I'm going to be sharing with you some tips on how I got out of the penalty box, and hopefully it'll help you either avoid, or if you're currently in the process of going through an Amazon audit, to help you get out of that audit. So again, my name is Bo, and this channel is called Waves and Websites, and my passion is creating passive income online with niche websites. That's something you're interested in. I hope you'll follow along kind of my journey as I navigate the world of online business, and hopefully help give you some insight, tips and tricks on how you can build a profitable passive business online. So let me first talk about the mistakes that I made and kind of what got me into the site audit. There's a few mistakes, including basically I had no prominent Amazon disclaimer. So, recently, at the time of this shooting, just a couple weeks ago, Amazon sent out an email about a very specific disclaimer that they wanted on all of the pages of that promoted Amazon products, affiliate products, something along the lines of, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. So that's something that you definitely want to have on your site, on any pages that have affiliate Amazon links. Second thing is just in terms of having static images. So I recently purchased a site, and this is actually probably what got me in the Amazon penalty box. I purchased a site that had a lot of static images. So what they had done is they had downloaded a bunch of images directly from the Amazon site and put them on the website, uploading directly. Now, this is something that Amazon is definitely a big no-no. It's something that Amazon frowns upon. So if you have static images on your site, any kind of static content, do not do that. You want to use the Amazon API, and I'll talk about a little bit that more here when I get into the tips. Now, another mistake I made was in terms of promoting specific price ranges or cheap products. So yeah, do not promote specific price ranges. So you can't say this product is priced below $100 or between $40 and $60 on Amazon, because again, that's something that's dynamic. That's something that changes pretty often. If you're doing that, that's a big no-no in the eyes of Amazon. So again, you want to use, if you're going to list specific prices, you want to use the API. So another big no-no that site that I had purchased had on it. Yet another mistake that I made was promoting older versions of bounty programs like the Kindle or the Amazon Audible 2 free audiobook promotion. So there's no longer a promotion where they offer 2 free audiobooks. And these kinds of promotions where, all those bounties, they change quite often. So you want to make sure that you're updating your content to reflect the changes of the bounty programs and what those specific offers are. And finally, the other big mistake I think that my site could have gotten my site in trouble was that there were specific pages where I was promoting bounty programs that were worded in such a way that were specific to my audience. So Amazon doesn't want you to have content that implies that Amazon is sponsoring your website. Rather, you want to just promote the bounty program as such, and not specific to a specific audience. So if your website is for firefighters, you can't say this is 2 free audiobooks for firefighters. You have to say this is 2 free audiobooks that firefighters should or could take advantage of, right? So those are a few of the mistakes, and fixing those, I think, is what kind of got me out of the penalty box. So, all right, now into the tips. And the first tip, and this kind of goes without saying, but read the Amazon Associates operating agreement and program policies. I hate to admit it, but I never actually read them. I might have skimmed through them, but when you read them, you should definitely get a sense of what Amazon is looking for, what to avoid, etc. So read the operating agreement and program policies. So as for the second tip that I have to avoid getting into the Amazon penalty box, or to help you get out of the Amazon penalty box, is to use the API. Again, if you're using static images, if you're using price ranges or specific prices in your text or on the images on your site, it's something that's going to get you in trouble with Amazon. And by using the API, having Amazon change that out automatically for you on your site, you're gonna avoid getting into trouble. And it also keeps the content on your site fresh. So it's a win-win. Now, if you're using WordPress, I highly recommend using a plugin to help install the API on your site. And I do have a tip towards implementing the API. If you are using WordPress, you definitely want to be using one of the WordPress plugins. I've tried a bunch of them, and the one that I recommend is AAWP. It creates really beautiful tables, really easy to use, really easy to implement. Can't say enough good things about AAWP. I will leave a link down in the description below where you can check that out. All right, so the third tip that I have to kind of get out of the Amazon penalty box, or to avoid getting in there, is just keeping, and this goes hand in hand with the second tip of the API, and that's keeping this content on your site or sites fresh and up to date. So if you keep your content fresh by utilizing something like the API, by checking your site with regular site audits, again, that's going to help you just really stay on top of kind of what Amazon's looking for, and that's an accurate depiction of their programs and services. So one tool that I highly recommend that I just started using for my own site is a tool called SiteBuddy. And what that tool does is it'll actually scan your site for any expired products or broken links to Amazon, which again will be really useful. You can download a spreadsheet, kind of go page by page and update any expired products, add new products, that kind of thing. So SiteBuddy is awesome. Again, highest recommendation. Now this is a fourth tip, and some of you may or may not agree, but I recommend actually reaching out to Amazon's support chat. A lot of people, say that Amazon is kind of notorious, or the Amazon Associate support is notorious for being vague and not very helpful if you're going through a site audit. But what the tactic that I would recommend using is, when you're asking them questions about how to get out of the penalty, is to not ask them specifically, what's wrong with my site. Rather, you want to say something like, well, I'm in this audit, and I think I'm fixing this problem by updating the static images on my site with the API. And by phrasing it in a way that assumes that you're getting it correctly, they'll actually, usually what I found is the support will either affirm or add on some things that might be helpful in getting out of the audit. So again, reach out to support. They can be super helpful if you approach them the right way. So a fifth tip that I have is really to err on the side of caution. So when you are promoting Amazon's associate products, affiliate products, you want to have their disclaimer on every page of your site in a very prominent position. So I think what happened recently with, the FTC basically went after Amazon because a lot of their affiliates were not transparent in how they were promoting Amazon. So if you're one of those affiliates that hides or doesn't put the disclaimer as prominently as you should, it's definitely something you want to look at changing. I put mine right on the very top of my sidebar, on the right side of the site on every page, as well as on the bottom in the footer. So you can put it in multiple places. So hey, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I hope you'll give this video a like. If you subscribe to this channel, I'm going to be sharing, again, lots of beautiful scenery from Hawaii, while I also give you some tips on how to build passive income online. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions about your particular situation, I'll be happy to answer them down in the comments below. I'm sure some of the other viewers of the video will have some insight as well. But thanks again for watching. Aloha. See you next time.